Elon Musk's Starlink might lose its grip on Ukraine's satellite communications, and the EU is stepping in with alternatives. But that's not all. Musk's recent comments on NATO and the UN have stirred up a political storm. Stay tuned for all the details on today's Elon Daily News. Welcome to the Elon Daily News. This podcast is created by Generative AI. Today is March 2nd, 2025. The European Commission is actively exploring alternatives to Elon Musk's Starlink network for Ukraine's satellite communication needs. This comes after Musk's threats to cut off Starlink access, a critical tool for Ukraine amidst its ongoing conflict. Currently, Ukraine operates around 42,000 Starlink terminals, with Poland funding nearly half of them. The EU is considering options like GovSatcom, a pooled network of national satellite capacities, and IRIS², a new constellation expected by the 2030s. French MEP Christophe Grudler has called for urgent action, suggesting that GovSatcom's deployment could serve as a temporary solution. Other commercial providers, such as Eutelsat, Hispasat, SES, and OneWeb, are also being evaluated. This situation highlights the indispensable role of satellite communications in modern warfare and the EU's proactive measures to ensure Ukraine's connectivity. Elon Musk has once again stirred controversy by publicly supporting the idea of the United States withdrawing from NATO and the United Nations. In a post on X, Musk agreed with a commentator advocating for the US to exit these international organizations. This aligns with a recent Republican-led bill proposing a UN withdrawal, citing misalignment with the America First agenda. Musk's comments come at a time when NATO's role is under scrutiny, especially with its involvement in the Ukraine conflict. Critics argue that NATO disproportionately benefits Europe while straining US resources. European leaders, meanwhile, are deeply concerned about the implications of a US withdrawal, particularly given Russia's aggression in Eastern Europe. Musk's stance reflects a growing isolationist sentiment among some US political factions, raising questions about the future of international alliances. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, is reportedly considering cancelling a $2.4 billion contract with Verizon to modernize its air traffic control communications system, potentially awarding the project to Elon Musk's Starlink. This move has sparked concerns about conflicts of interest, given Musk's ties to the Trump administration. While the FAA has not made a final decision, SpaceX teams have been working with the agency on technology upgrades. Critics argue that switching contractors mid-project could lead to costly litigation and delays. However, the FAA faces mounting pressure to modernize its outdated systems, and Starlink's advanced capabilities make it a strong contender. Transportation Secretary Sean P. Duffy has emphasized the urgency of these upgrades, but internal resistance within the FAA highlights the complexities of this potential transition. Protests against Elon Musk and Tesla are gaining momentum, with a recent incident at a Tesla store in New York City resulting in 9 arrests. Part of a global movement called Tesla Takedown, these protests reflect growing public discontent with Musk's political affiliations and his perceived alignment with the Trump administration. During the Manhattan protest, around 300 individuals gathered, with a small group entering the store and causing minor property damage. Similar demonstrations have been reported across major US cities, with plans for more in the coming weeks. While most protests have been peaceful, the escalating tensions underscore a broader backlash against Musk and his leadership. Tesla owners are increasingly parting ways with their vehicles, citing Elon Musk's controversial political actions as the primary reason. Many feel that owning a Tesla now symbolizes alignment with Musk's political stance, which they find objectionable. This sentiment has led to a wave of Tesla sales, often at a financial loss, as former fans distance themselves from the brand. Social media is abuzz with posts from disgruntled owners, some even vandalizing their cars with anti-Musk messages. Celebrities like Sheryl Crow have joined the movement, donating proceeds from their Tesla sales to charitable causes. The backlash has also impacted Tesla's market performance, with declining sales in key regions like California and Europe. While Tesla's stock initially surged, it has since faced a downturn, reflecting the growing anti-Musk sentiment among consumers and investors alike. That's all for today's episode of the Elon Daily News. Remember, Links to all the stories we've covered can be found in the episode notes. As always, the content shared here reflects public news and not our personal opinions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.